Hello everyone and welcome to Cold Ones with Marc and Matty Ice. We got a good show for you today, so without further ado, let's get right to it.
Good Thursday, everybody. What's going on? You're in the right place. Pull up a stool and place your order. Having Cold Ones with Marc and Matty Ice radio program. Broadcasting to you live from Studio B57 in beautiful Southington, Connecticut. Streaming all day, every day on the YouTube website. I'm Mark Verderam, and this is the show. This is the best show going, I believe. We got a lot of people watching. Got a lot of fans. Fans growing every day. I love it. I turn on the Facebook. I go online. I go on YouTube. I'm excited to see the fans interacting with us. But I can't possibly talk and interact alone. No. So joining me is a man who needs no introduction. A man who lured you in going 3-0 the first week. And you put the money on him and he went 0-3 this week. A man with more mistresses than Eldrick Woods. Matty Ice. Matty, what's good?
Mark, why you gotta talk like that?
What do you mean?
Why you gotta bash me in the intro? Welcome to Marc and Matty Ice. You gotta bash me?
This is how it is.
Oh, it's entertainment.
It's an honest program.
Alright, I'm doing good. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing well today. Nice day. Had a good time last night at the casino. Played some cards, rolled some dice.
Shoot 'em.
Shoot 'em down. But we got a great show for everybody out there today. We're going to talk about the NFL, break down some key matchups, Giants, Eagles. We're going to do You Bet Your Life, everybody's favorite segment.
Great segment.
We're going to talk a little baseball. Let's get right to it. You know, this little 10-minute segment, it seems never to be long enough. My producer Danielle is always yelling in my ear to speed it up. We're going to talk Giants-Eagles.
Giants-Eagles. Probably the biggest game of the weekend, if you look at implications-wise.
We're going to go into the Meadowlands. The Eagles, tied for first with the Cowboys on top of the division.
And let's go back to that Giants-Cowboys game this past Sunday, where, Mark, you correctly picked the Giants to win. But it wasn't a very convincing win. In my defense, it wasn't exactly a convincing win.
Matthew, I said it'd be a back-and-forth game, high-scoring, but the Giants would get it done in the end. That's what happened. They
had a couple big plays. You had your Brandon Jacobs, I guess he didn't step out of bounds there. You had your Hickson punt return. Big plays, but I think the Cowboys played well enough to win the game, but ultimately you got it right. So as a Giants supporter, does that make you feel confident going into this huge matchup against the Eagles, where if the Eagles and Cowboys are tied, obviously the Giants still have life? What's going on with this Giants team? What do you expect?
Tell you right now, the Eagles are our most annoying and troublesome foe over the years. I don't feel confident at all going into this game. The Eagles absolutely dismantled us earlier in the season. Eagles always play the Giants hard. They may not play anybody else hard, but they always show up to play the Giants. Bitter rivals. Even though the game's at Giant Stadium, you got McNabb, all those weapons on Philadelphia. The defense has been playing great. I'm not feeling confident at all. I'll say, I'm not going to predict the winner, but I'm going to say either team's going to win by a field goal. It's going to be a close one.
Close one. That's what Mark says. Now, obviously the winner, depending on how the Cowboys do against the Chargers, they'll take either sole possession of second place here, or it'll be a tie. It'll be either a tie if the Cowboys. Let's say the Cowboys lose to the Chargers.
Get this straight. The Cowboys will lose this game, Ice. There's no chance.
All right. That Cowboys lose to the Chargers. Giants beat the Eagles. You got a 3-way tie at the top of the NFC East. By far the league with the most parity in the whole in all of the NFL.
Oh yes, I mean the NFC East. You got a team like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants. And I'll tell you right now, statistically, the best defense in that division is Washington.
Yeah, almost nipped the Saints this past weekend.
Should have had the Saints. And if you look at the Cowboys' schedule the rest of the way, of course, this week they're at home against San Diego. We talked about all the problems in December. After San Diego, they have to go into New Orleans. All the drama that will cause into New Orleans. New Orleans is probably undefeated. No chance against New Orleans. Like at Washington. Rivalry game. These Cowboys-Redskins game. Rivalry game. And then they finish off with Philadelphia.
With all this talk about Wade Phillips.
He's out of a job. He's done.
He is out of a job, I agree. And they're on the schneid during December. With a schedule like this, it's going to happen again.
It's gotta.
They have it looks like the toughest December schedule. I mean, even though the Washington record isn't there, you have the Washington defense, like we already said.
I'm so sick of this Dallas Cowboy pride. People in my town living in Connecticut are fans of Dallas. Your quarterback can't even hold on to two blonde shells. He can't win a playoff game. He can't win in December. He's just out there lollygagging around. Show some guts, Tony. Tony, you're dating supermodels. Win a football game. Show some guts. Carrie, she got rid of you. Now she's dating a hockey player. She's dating a real man.
All right. Back to football here, Mark. Here we go. The Eagles, on the other hand, with their schedule, at the Giants on Sunday. Then they're at Lincoln Financial Field for a game against the Niners, and then after that the Broncos, and then they finish off at Dallas. I'd say that's an easier schedule than Dallas has got going on. I think you have at least 2 out of those 4 are winnable games. I don't think the Niners have shown much. The Broncos are a different team every week.
I think Philly wins 3 of 4.
3 of 4, and that third one being either the Cowboys
I think Philly wins 3 of 4, wins the division.
Wins the division. Okay, bold pick. Let's just look at the rest of the Giants' schedule here.
Tough schedule.
After the Eagles, they got the Redskins.
Tough
game. As we've already said, almost nipped the Saints there. Then they got Carolina.
Always plays them tough. John Fox will coach them up.
In Giants Stadium, and then you finish at Minnesota, who
may not mean anything.
May not mean anything. So, I think I'm with you here saying that the Cowboys won't win that division. I think they got the toughest schedule right now.
What, you talking about the Cowboys making the playoffs? Are you kidding me?
I didn't say that.
Good luck if they win another game. Pathetic.
They're awful. But here's the thing. I think that looking at these schedules, I'm not going to lie to you, Mark. I think the Giants might have the best shot of winning this.
Let me tell you something right now, Matt. We talk about big-time performances, and that is the Giants at home historically. Where they may struggle is on the road. They have to go on the road, like you said, that last game. Hopefully Minnesota is resting their starters, because there's no way the Giants could beat the Vikings with Adrian Peterson, Brett Favre, Sidney Rice, all those guys in the game. The defense is too good. Giants predominantly try and run the ball. No chance they run it against that defense. So this is a game, we talk about must-win games, and the Giants had a must-win last week against Dallas. This may be a must-win again, because the schedule does not get any easier, and Philly, once they get a lead in the division, very tough to catch. So many playmakers on that team.
A lot of playmakers. The thing is, though, regardless of the outcome this weekend, I think it's safe to say that Philadelphia fans, for some reason or another, will just be unhappy. I think they'll just be upset. I mean, Andy Reid got a contract extension. You could hear them groaning from Connecticut. They don't like Andy Reid. They don't like this connection. They want him out. But a division win, make it to the playoffs, been one of the most successful franchises of the decade. We'll see what happens with that team. My prediction right now, I'm going to say it, I think the Giants win the game. I think the Giants win the division.
That's a bold prediction. I'm a diehard Giants fan. I bleed blue. I'm not a Crip, though. So the Giants, they have a chance in this game. I hope they win. I think it's going to be a close game, a game you shouldn't bet on if you're out there betting. Don't bet on this game. Just watch as a fan. Hopefully the Giants win. I think they'll win by 3, or Philadelphia will win by 3. Always a close game. And we will see what happens with that one. Stick around, having cold ones with Marc and Matty Ice.